So, Max, have you seen how the weather has been changing? It's getting really warm every year. Last winter was almost like spring.
Yeah, I noticed that too. Feels weird.
It does, right? And it's not just about feeling hot. The ice in the Arctic is melting, and that means sea levels will rise. We could see flooding in coastal cities soon.
That sounds bad.
It is bad. And it's not just the oceans. Think about the forests. When it gets warmer, there are more wildfires. Last summer we had those big fires in California.
Yeah, they were on TV all the time.
Exactly. And that's happening because of global warming. The temperature goes up, and dry conditions make the forests burn easier. Plus, when trees burn, they release carbon dioxide into the air, which makes things even hotter.
I didn't know that.
A lot of people don't. But it's important to understand these things so we can do something about them. Like planting more trees or using less energy at home. Every little bit helps.
Makes sense.
And it's not just us humans who suffer. Animals are losing their homes too. Some species might die out if we don't stop this warming trend fast enough.
That's sad.
Really sad. Nature is so delicate, and once it breaks, it's hard to fix. We need to act now before it's too late for a lot of living creatures on Earth.
What can we do though?
Well, start small by recycling more and saving electricity at home. Then maybe get involved in local groups working on environmental issues. Education is key here. The more people know, the better chance we have of making real change happen.
Okay, I'll think about doing that then.
Good idea. And remember, even small actions count towards stopping global warming from getting worse. Every person counts in this fight for our planet's future. Speaking of animals losing their homes, deforestation is another big issue. Cutting down forests for wood or to clear land for farming.
Yeah, I've heard about that.
It's really serious. When we cut down trees, we destroy the habitats of many animals and plants. That leads to a loss of biodiversity, which means fewer different types of species around us.
That sounds pretty bad.
It is. For example, in the Amazon rainforest, there are millions of species of insects, birds, and mammals that depend on the forest. If we keep cutting down trees, those animals lose their homes and could disappear forever.
Wow, I didn't realize it was that severe.
It is. And it's not just the Amazon. It happens all over the world. In Indonesia, they're clearing forests to grow palm oil plantations. This destroys the habitat of orangutans and other wildlife.
That's terrible.
Absolutely. The thing is, when you lose one species, it affects others too. Everything in an ecosystem is connected. If bees go extinct because their flowers disappear due to deforestation, then crops won't get pollinated properly either.
That's crazy how everything is linked together.
Exactly. So protecting forests isn't just about saving trees, it's about preserving entire ecosystems and all the life within them. We need to be smarter about how we use our resources and find ways to balance development with conservation.
Makes sense. We should definitely try to protect more forests then.
Definitely. There are movements and organizations working on reforestation projects and sustainable practices. Maybe look into some of those groups to see what you can do locally.
I'll check that out.
Great idea. Every little bit helps in stopping deforestation and preserving biodiversity for future generations. And speaking of environmental issues, have you thought much about ocean pollution lately? It's really becoming a huge problem.
Yeah, I've heard a lot about plastic waste in the oceans. It seems like such a mess.
Absolutely. Plastic waste is everywhere in the oceans now. There are these massive patches of floating garbage in different parts of the world, especially in the Pacific Ocean.
That sounds awful.
It really is. The worst part is that plastic doesn't break down easily. It just keeps floating around and breaking into smaller pieces called microplastics. Fish and other marine life eat these plastics, which can make them sick or even kill them.
That's really concerning.
It is. And it's not just the large debris. Tiny bits of plastic end up in seafood that we eat too. So the impact goes beyond just the animals in the ocean.
I didn't realize it affected us directly.
It does. Plus, plastic waste also harms beaches and coastal areas. When it washes ashore, it ruins habitats for birds and other animals that live near the water.
That's pretty bad.
Definitely. But there are things we can do to help. Reducing single-use plastics like straws and bags, recycling properly, and participating in beach cleanups can all make a difference.
Sounds like good steps to take.
Exactly. Every little bit helps in reducing ocean pollution and protecting marine life. We need to be more mindful of our plastic use and dispose of it responsibly.
I'll try to be more careful with my plastic use then.
Great idea. If everyone makes small changes, it adds up to a big positive impact on our oceans.